Last time on Nerd or Not.
When does menopause happen?
About our age.
About our age, yeah.
Yeah.
But we're still not physically capable of experiencing it, right? Like biologically capable.
Speak for yourself, buddy.
So, okay, all right, let's just go ahead and share our experiences.
You don't have man boobs.
Oh my.
God, where is this going?
Wow. They used that clip? Welcome back to the continuation of episode 36 of the Nerd or Not podcast. Before we get back to Bob and Corey mucking it up, here is Toby from the Secret Transmission podcast once again to tell you how you can win a free crypto crate.
Hey, this is Toby from the Secret Transmission podcast. I just wanted to let you know about our cryptid tournament that we're having all March long. It's called Monster Madness. So we have 8 different cryptids. Some you may recognize, some you may not recognize. All you have to do is like Cryptid Crate on either Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and then tell us which of the 8 cryptids that are in this tournament you think will win. That's it, and you're entered, and you have the possibility of winning a free Cryptid Crate. That's usually $60 to $70 worth of items, and you will win it absolutely free. But if you're interested in purchasing a Cryptid Crate, you can go to cryptidcrate.com and use our promo code SECRETPOD, and you'll save 20% on your first purchase. So if you like cryptozoology, Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, the Mothman, Chupacabra, whatever, you may find it in these crates. So come check out our tournament and check out cryptidcrate.com.
All right, Tobes. Good luck with your tournament. I am going Jabba Fofi.
Ooh, what's that?
Jabba Fofi, if I'm saying it right, is it's a giant African jungle spider.
No, I didn't need to know about that one.
Again,
No.
It's cryptozoology. Some people say they've seen it, kind of like they've seen a Yeti, but you never know.
Yeah.
Jabba
but
Fofi, yeah.
I'd be at least curious about, inviting the Yeti in for tea. Giant spider gets a spike in the noggin.
Ooh, tea.
Like wholesale. It's a nail gun to your eyeballs, pal. It's not going to end well for you. Simply because of who you are. Arachnid scum. Anyway, all right. I thought of 3 others while that was all going on.
Let's hear the remainder of your top 10 anime.
Okay. The other ones were Magical Shopping Arcade of Benabashi.
Ooh.
That is a fantasy slice of life type of a story where these two kids are kind of never realized it was this tough to explain. They kind of cross over Narnia style into a fantasy land in which they're idealized versions of their grandma and somebody from their grandma's past reside. And it's very comedic, and weirdly enough, it was created by Gainax, who did, Neon Genesis. It's so unlike those other tunes, though. A lot of rich animation, really creative setting, and a lot of cultural trivia to get into. You watch it, you're gonna look stuff up. It's kind of one of those minutia buffets. That's another good one. Bacano is style and style on top of style. That one's fantastic. Speaking of amazing anime intros, that's definitely one of them. And the third one, which I had and then just all of a sudden fucking disappeared, because you know how this goes.
That teleprompter in your brain just goes blank.
God damn it all. Oh, God, shit. This wasn't it, but I liked it anyway. Luluko, which is a very digestible series and is a send-up of the anime industry. Yeah. All right, that's it. That's all you get.
All right. Hey, that's more than anyone else has given me.
Yeah, there you go. Look them up and enjoy. If you can find Bacano, which I don't think is possible right now for some weird reason.
Oh, really? That's one of the most popular series of all time, isn't it?
Is it?
It's one I've seen on a bunch of lists.
I remember back in the day, Funimation advertised the living shit out of it. No, you know what number 10 was?
What? What?
Fucking Ghost Stories.
Oh my God, the English dub! It's got to be the English dub.
Yes.
Not the original.
No. Is that available on Verve?
I'm gonna say no.
I really
and
want it to
hope
be.
I'm wrong. I
Okay.
really hope I'm wrong.
All right, look this shit up. It is so great. It's like somebody.
It's definitely on YouTube, the English dub version of Ghost Stories.
All right, somebody straight up went mad movies on an otherwise unremarkable anime, and it's like the most beautiful thing ever.
Shirotabi, please forgive me for bringing you back to life. I know now that it could never work between us. As much as we wanted to, it could never be. Not because you're a rabbit, but because you're black.
God damn it!
God, I
God
can't-
damn it! God damn it!
You're
Yes.
heathen. We're not just giggly bitches. The series is fucking fantastic.
Yeah. So that's number that's number 10.
Okay. No. Yeah. Good. You know what? That's making the list. Ghost Stories American dub.
Yeah. God, we should do something with that. Is there like a way to do like streamable viewings, kind of like Rabbit used to do back in the day?
How so? What are you thinking?
Like we're both watching it at the same time, and the stream is keeping a synchronized feed of what we're watching.
There might be a way of doing that. It's tricky. Maybe. It's something I'll have to look into.
All right. Make it show number 1 while I go check on number 2.
Perfect.
There's Beavis and Butthead jokes. All right, so we did anime.
Hey,
What's
yeah.
next?
Now, speaking about shows from back then,
right.
are there any shows that you absolutely loved as a kid, and then years later, it's like, oh, this show's on Netflix. I'll check it out. I haven't seen it since I was years old. Mm-hmm. And it is utter shit. It was like, oh, God, how was I ever into this? I must have been eating paint chips as a kid.
Yeah, pretty much all of them, to be honest with you.
I wouldn't
ahead.
say all of my favorite shows got worse with age. I mean, to this day, I watched the original Thundercats on mute, and that Rankin and Bass animation is just, it still holds up. It's really, really good.
Rankin Bass?
Yeah, Rankin Bass did Thundercats.
I might dispute you on that, but I don't know enough about Thundercats to make it official. But we'll put a pin in that shit. All right, so Thundercats still holds up, huh?
In my opinion. I mean, some people would look at it as like, oh, God, this is cheap animation.
Oh, kind of way. I haven't seen it in like fucking forever. I'm thinking about stuff that's like a lot of shit that I used to get into on Fox, including the Warner Brothers stuff, which I hate that I hate that this is being said. Not a whole lot of that holds up, and I'm including Batman the animated series with that.
Okay, Thundercats, made by Japanese studio Pacific Animation Corporation, distributed by Rankin Bass. Okay.
There you go. There it is.
So they might it look like some Rankin Bass influence, without a doubt, in their animation style. So that's probably why I was thinking Rankin Bass.
Yeah.
Can I say Rankin Bass a little more?
Because Rankin Bass, those were the guys that did Rudolph, among other things. As far as like
the animated Hobbit.
the animated Hobbit was Ralph Bakshi.
Oh, really?
He at
I
least
thought that was
directed-
Rankin Bass as well.
Yeah. Well, they might have produced it. I don't know.
Or did they do Lord of the Rings?
Both are Ralph Bakshi.
Okay.
Yep. Wait, hold up a second. No. I might be getting that wrong, like wholesale. Go ahead and look that up over there, because I don't want to fuck up Audacity again. But I believe Bakshi did both. If not, he at least did just Lord of the Rings.
Let's see, 77, yes. Animated musical special created by Rankin Bass.
No shit.
By Topcraft, a precursor to Studio Ghibli.
So it was made in Japan. Hold up. God, ain't a bit of this sounding right. Hold on a second.
We're going to do research.
Yeah. The Asperger's hole has been opened wide, and we have to fill it back up. Ralph Bakshi, Hobbitses. The Hobbit, 1977 film. Written and directed by... Well, okay, that was Rankin and Bass. Whoa, they actually directed that shit. All right. That's awesome. Holy crap, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No, look at some of the cast. Orson Bean, John Huston, Otto Preminger, two of the most well-known film noir directors were fucking VAs.
Oh, really?
That's nuts. Oh, this is so cool. Glad we found that out. But Ralph Bakshi still did Lord of the Rings, right? Because of all the rotoscoping that went on.
That's a tricky one to answer because you know what? There was a Lord of the Rings, and then there was Return of the King. Return of the King was the same studio, I want to say, because the animation style was exactly the same. It was the Lord of the Rings where a lot of it was rotoscoped, and it was absolutely terrible.
That's the one I'm looking at right now. It's Ralph Bakshi. Now, not 100% of it was rotoscope, but they started running out of money.
I remember that story, yeah.
Yeah, that had a really good cast, too. John Hurt and Anthony Daniels. Cool. Huh. All right. Fuck, man, I gotta see the Hobbit one again, though. Well, you said that one was terrible, though.
No. The original animated Hobbit, that was my first exposure to J.R.R. Tolkien, and I was like, oh my god, I've got to actually read the book. This was great.
Nice. All right, well, that's waiting to get seen. Okay, so wait, how the fuck did we get over to this?
We're talking about cartoons we fell in love with but didn't hold up as we got older.
Right.
Thundercats, Rankin Bass. Here we are.
All right, because Thundercats. Hey, there we go. Okay, let me fire off a couple that you might not have seen in recent years. Have you seen any recent Transformers?
Yes.
TV or film? Film's in a league of its own.
Original G1 series. Right. I found it about a year ago. I want to say on Netflix. Pulled my my now 8-year-old over. I said, "You are gonna love this show." I turned it on.
Is poo?
It's stinky. Poo.
It's stinky like the poo. And too bad Jay isn't here because I'd like to get some at least a little bit of a rundown on G.I. Joe if we could.
G.I. Joe G.I. Joe kind of had like the same problem that Transformer did, is you could tell when at certain part of the production the money started to run dry. So the animation got not cheaper but simpler. But it still held up better, in my opinion, G.I. Joe than Transformers did. It's sketchy. I mean, it's all based on your perspective of things, but I think G.I. Joe is okay.
Yeah.
It maintained that level. It didn't really, the waters didn't get too shaky there.
So it survived. It survived being a primordial mame. It survived mamification.
Yeah, just barely, probably.
Pork chop sandwiches. Anyway, okay. There's another reason I wanted to bring up G.I. Joe though, because Jay's not here, but I just wanted to have it known that Mask is probably better.
Yes.
I'm not going to give any reasons.
I'm going to agree with you.
I'm not going to give any reasons because I just want Jay to be frustrated and have him say something on the next time he's on.
Now, are you saying it's better as like an overall show or better production value? How are you saying it's better?
Oh, no, it's just empirically better. Probably, if Mask was a person, it'd be a better person than G.I. Joe. That's all I'm saying. You see what I'm doing here? This is called antagonizing. Yes, that's right.
Yep.
Although I will say that, I think subjectively the toys were fucking way better. But
without a doubt, G.I. Joe had more quantity, but Mask had better quality.
I don't know. G.I. Joe did have the hovercraft though. That thing was pretty boss.
Grayskull had, or He-Man had Grayskull, but after that, I was like,
Yeah, but
speaking of which, who did He-Man, the original series?
He-Man was Filmation.
Filmation. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. Filmation,
yeah, Filmation did. I don't really need to say that they also did She-Ra, but they also did, and this is funny because when you tell people this and they go and watch it, they're like, duh. Yeah, of course it was. Cosby Kids.
Oh, with Fat Albert? Or is that a different
Fat
show?
Albert and the Cosby Kids, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And if you want to go way down the animation, the 80s animation rabbit hole, they also did the revitalization of the short Ghostbusters, the non-Reitman Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah. Not the real Ghostbusters.
Exactly.
The one with the monkey.
The one with the monkey. Tracy the fucking gorilla. I mean, as far as concepts go, that's pretty rich. You can do a lot with it. As long as you're high
Yeah.
as balls.
That series, man, it's like, how did that get made? It's like,
No.
let's milk off this name that is really hot right now, but it's not going to be what you're expecting. Matter of fact, it's going to be the exact opposite, if not.
And think about the scale of moxie that it took to pull something off like that, because everyone already knows that the Ghostbusters that you are expecting to be the Ghostbusters, it's already got an animation presence. It's on network television, for fuck's sake. This other stuff that like resembles the Ghostbusters in no perceivable way at all, and is in syndication. Money was still spent on this. Where did they think they were going to go with it? Probably to like trivia obsessed podcasts like this one. I don't know.
That was like the McDowells of McDonald's.
Yeah. Although, again, pretty boss toys though.
I don't think I ever had a Ghostbuster toys.
They were made like
God, now I'm getting confused about what to call it.
just call it Also Ran because everybody else does.
I call it the Monkey Show. How about that?
Yeah, that's the one with the gorilla. I mean, that's really all you need to say.
Yeah. Is that racism calling him a monkey instead of a gorilla?
Exactly. Instead of Dan Aykroyd, ape. So, okay, we were talking about Thundercats. Transformers didn't hold up that well. G.I. Joe probably held up pretty well. And the stuff that I'm talking about, it was like Animaniacs, Tiny Toons. I think I already mentioned Batman the Animated Series. And I should put like an asterisk in that one, because there's no way it could have held up well after all these years.
What?
Because Batman?
Okay, explain.
A couple of them do. Okay, don't get me wrong. Like the Riddler episodes, particularly the first one, holds up. There's a couple of Mad Hatter episodes. The first Clocking episode is really good. And the Mr. Freeze ones, okay, I'll give you those. But the thing is that like if you watch it in total from the first episode all the way to the end, especially if you start with the first episode, you're going to be like, wow. I'd say I didn't need to experience a whole lot of that run again twice. There was just like Christmas with the Joker. It makes no fucking sense at all. And the animation's piss poor. The voice acting is worse. Like you could tell that's a sophomore effort, like right away.
Yeah, thinking about it now, some of the episodes with Two-Face, I always felt the animation was not lazy, but I guess the word I'd use is soft compared to the rest of the style.
Yeah. I don't know. The first Two-Face episode was animated really well. It just got like... No, those two were really good. So were the Clayface ones, now that we're thinking about it, because those were animated by TMS, who consequently did a lot of the Lupin stuff. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so those are some of the good ones. But the first Man-Bat episode was all right. A whole lot of plot holes and shit, but, whatever. You're like, that's the first episode. Maybe they have to find themselves. But then, like, a good 4 to 5 episodes after that, which included Christmas with the Joker, that one weird one with the garbage barge, and other stuff. It's just like, oh, fuck me. These are not fantastic at all. But I think it was because so much of that was primordially innovative that there wasn't a whole lot that they could do from like a finesse side. That show brought animation up to where we were in age. It became more sophisticated. I'll forgive it hitting a pothole like every once in a while. I mean, every once in a while, I mean like 2 times per episode.
It's funny. I always thought that show ran forever, but it only ran for about 3 years, 85 episodes. That's it.
And 2 of those seasons were the animated series. The last season was The Adventures of Batman and Robin, right?
Yeah. Which technically that is a different series, technically, but man, it might as well be the same thing.
Yeah. That's when it got really good, though. Those episodes still hold up.
Oh, yeah, then it spawned a continuation show, The New Batman Adventures.
I think those do as well. I don't think I haven't seen any of those in recently, though.
So that's probably why it felt like the series was on forever.
And by the way, no matter like what the quality of each individual episode are taken like piece by piece, greatest fucking cartoon intro probably of all time.
Probably have to agree with you.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to argue something better.
It created so much like recall symbology for everyone, for most creative types that saw it. Like you can see that ridiculous the ridiculously like hyper dramatic image of Batman on top of the skyscraper. That's been referenced to hell and back almost.
Yeah, we all know it. There's anybody that doesn't know it, turn off this show, please.
Yeah.
After you give a like and subscribe.
Yeah. Okay. We want you to stick around. Actually, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
He's in a bit of a mood. I don't know why.
I haven't drank anything. I'm gonna headbutt this wall. Don't hit. No, I'm not gonna do that now.
Like Batman, there's a lot to talk about there, especially with like the contrast between the brave and the bold, which I think did postmodernism better and consistently, except for one episode, but we won't talk about that. Tiny Toons and Animaniacs is different though, because they're
goofball shows.
What's up?
They're goofball shows.
There weren't lofty ambitions there. Maybe Animaniacs, like conceptually, but it was still just like, hey, a couple of pop culture references, sure, and some slapstick. Make sure the animation's okay, and we're good to go. But like a lot of the jokes don't fucking land anymore. I mean, they didn't land back then either, but we just kind of, I don't know. We were like, they're making fun of David Letterman or something like that, and that's funny to us because we like David Letterman.
Well, it's kind of like the old Looney Tunes. They would make fun of actors from like the 1930s and 40s, but even though we
still so good though.
Right, but even though, at that age, we didn't know exactly who that actor was supposed to be, but we got the joke. We got it. It's like, it made sense to us, even though it was like, I don't know who that is, but, okay, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, but those were still at least so, like, fundamentally, the gags were always relatable. Even if they brought in, like, Mae West to, barf off a catchphrase every once in a while,
Barf off a catchphrase.
Yeah. Like Yosemite Sam, his stuff was always a Western pastiche. By the time we'd seen those cartoons, we have not really seen any Westerns, but we still got them. Because Yosemite Sam slaps a horse and then disparages him to his face. That's fucking funny.
That was our introduction to some of these tropes.
Yeah, exactly. That's like, I'm still waiting for that to happen in Stagecoach. This movie's boring. All right.
You can't park that animal here.
Yeah. And yeah, Mel Brooks, it seems like he got a lot of his jokes from classic Warner Brothers shit, didn't he?
Hey, Mel Brooks and Mel Blanc, why not?
There's a whole lot of Mels in early Hollywood.
Now, how about like some of these secondary shows that were clear? I mean, we were just talking about Ghostbusters with the gorilla. How about some of these other shows that were clearly piggybacking off of popular shows, like, say, Silverhawks and GoBots?
Oh, that's a tough call, huh?
Now, I'm willing to bet you probably didn't watch these shows. Where I was growing up, it was pretty easy. I think there was like a syndicated block in the afternoon where they'd show Thundercats, Silverhawks, and then an older episode of Thundercats again. So you're guaranteed to watch. The kids are going to watch the Silverhawks episode.
Yeah. No, I had a friend that watched Silverhawks. He was like all into that shit. Had all the toys and stuff.
I had a shitload of the Silverhawk toys because my parents would go out to find Thundercats and Transformers. Like, well, the shelves are empty. Oh, he watches this show with the with the plastic toys with the fabric wings. Yeah, let's get that. Oh, look, they got the whole ship. He's gonna love this. Like, the 5-man ship.
Tickle him on his back. Look what happens. Whee! I don't know. They're pretty cool toys too. Again, still, shit. I don't know, because I never really saw them as like being a competition. I saw them as like counterparts.
Oh, I mean, GoBots, it was clearly competition.
Yeah,
even though it was like
you had that asshole friend that was like, "Oh, you're Transformers. Well, that's like this guy could beat up your guy," and it's like,
no,
I don't really care.
Nobody ever said GoBots was better than Transformers. Nobody ever said that. Nobody with a clear head ever said that.
What was a motorcycle guy? See, the thing is that, like, when I got into those two, they were like pals. Like, Psykill was hanging out with Megatron. They were trying to figure out how to team up and take down, the Autobots and shit. I started doing crossovers before that shit was cool, okay? Listen to me.
Your own fan fiction.
Yeah. Did they ever make the little scooter guy that the one kid rode around on? In a not very suggestive manner?
I'm going to say yes.
You did?
They did.
Shit. I always thought that guy would have made the coolest toy. But yeah, I never did that, so, There was never brand conflict with the stuff that I was lucky enough to have when I was a kid.
Now, there was one show I would watch in the mornings before school that I've forgotten I had actually watched it because I was there's this thing on YouTube, like the 50 greatest cartoon intros of the 1980s or whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, I watched that show. Man, that was a weird-ass show. Brave Star. You ever hear of this shit? Obviously you have.
Holy shit! Yeah, that stuff was a trip. That was like the sci-fi western. That's not Firefly or live action for that matter.
Yeah, it's the sheriff that you could call upon the spirits of animals to give him strength and whatever. It was just batshit insane. It's like how. I wonder if Rankin and Bass made that too. I gotta look that one up.
That sounds like a cartoon that was 30-minute commercials they used to call them.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit! There was that. There was Cops.
Cops, yes.
With with the one
It's crime
with the one
fighting
really
time.
big gangster dude who was like all sorts of bad, but he wouldn't sell drugs because only losers use drugs.
Brave Star, made by Filmation.
Filmation. Ah.
Them and Dick had their fingers in everything.
Yeah, DIC was all over the fucking place. Inspector Gadget, that's another one that aged like a fine slice of butter, I guess. Something that's not wine or whiskey. Inspector Gadget, I love me some Gadget, but man, that show sucks balls. Out loud.
Now, what about its companion piece, Danger Mouse?
That's different. The only reason it's considered a companion piece is because they both shared the same programming block on Nick.
Yeah.
7 to 8 every night. I never got into Danger Mouse back in the day. I mean, the animation was pretty good. I was more of a Count Duckula sort of dude, which I would say are more or less counterparts to each other. But I don't know. Danger Mouse was the one that I would like kind of go do something else for a little while and then come back and watch Inspector Gadget because apparently I was a moron.
No, I could see Danger Mouse didn't hold my attention for long. It's like, oh yeah, it's the mouse with the eye patch. I don't. This is English. I don't know where's England. I'm too young for this.
Mommy, why do they sound funny? Danger Mouse had a stroke.
We gotta start.
And yeah, it never bothered me that Count Duckula spoke pretty much the same way.
Hey, we all know Duckula's supposed to be from somewhere in Europe. It's like, yeah, he's going to have that weird voice. Hey, here's another weird show from the 80s. Centurions. Nothing? No bells there?
Nothing.
Okay. How about Dino Riders?
Roughly. That's one of those parentheticals or peripherals that you're talking about, right?
Yeah, this is one of those shows where I'm more familiar with the toys than I was the show itself, because I remember like the only episode I think I don't know how many episodes they made, but the only one that actually sticks to mind is when they celebrated their version of Thanksgiving. It's if you're not aware of it, it's like this humanoid race and like their enemy, the alien race. They land on a prehistoric Earth, and they start arming up dinosaurs and riding them into battle. It's
basically the only losers in that war are the fucking dinosaurs.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Boy, that's a very existentially depressing sort of a scenario.
Oh, but you see, the good guys, they were doing it telepathically. They say, "Dinos, will you help us?" And they're like, "Yes, we will help you." I don't know why the dinosaurs sound like that. Meanwhile, the bad guys, they would just like capture the dinosaurs. I'm going to ride this T-Rex in the battle, which
under duress, basically.
Sounds like a pretty fucking badass thing, actually. Now that it's said it out loud.
So one side, the good guys were all they had a harmonious relationship with these dino people, and the bad guys conscripted them into reptilian slavery.
Yeah.
Is that the idea?
That's it. You just nailed it. Roll credits. That's it.
Never heard of it.
Okay. I remember it because I would get the toy, like this, the Triceratops. It was like the battle tank, and it was motorized with a battery in it. You turn it on, and its legs would start walking a little bit. I would always lose the gear. I would lose, not just take it off. I would fucking lose it. It would disappear. The
like
character.
There's a saddle or a bridle or something.
Yeah, the saddle with the weapons and like it had a mask around its horn. I would always lose that stuff, and I just let I think for Christmas, my parents, my grandmother, and my aunt all bought me the same exact thing, and I would like race them. It's like, this is because they felt bad. It's like, oh no, we got them all the same thing. And I was like, this is awesome. I love dinosaurs. I'm a kid. It's like I'm gonna race them across the kitchen, see who smashes their head against the dishwasher first.
It's like, we're cloning dinosaurs. You fuckers pay attention. That's gonna be Hollywood in like 10 years. If it was 1983, I guess. No, that doesn't sound familiar at all.
Okay, well, here's another dinosaur one. It's probably like, it's up there as like one of the biggest shows of the 80s. Denver, the Last Dinosaur.
Yeah, I remember Denver.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where,
no action, just feels. All of it.
that show was, that was one of those don't do drugs kids shows.
Every once in a while, yeah, but up to a point, it's like all a lot of those shows, like The Littles, was similar.
Oh yeah,
had similar content. Bullying is bad. Learn to accept betrayal, things like that. Really dark stuff when you see it, kind of in hindsight. Look up on YouTube an episode of The Littles called Dinky's Pizza.
I'm done.
No.
I'm done.
It's okay. You think you know what it sounds like because one of the characters is named Dinky, and apparently pizza is involved in some way. It's just
you had me at pizza.
It's misleading. That is very destructively misleading title for this evil fucking thing. And if you watch this and you're not lining up shots at least 5 minutes before it's all over.
Turned into a drinking game.
Yeah, you're a fucking golem. You're not a person. I don't know what to do with you. It's the most fucked up fucking thing I'll ever see as an adult. As a kid, it's all over the place. Whatever. There are worse things out there. Punky Brewster was scarier than this shit.
Oh my god. Thank God. Well, actually, that was an animated series at one point for like 5 episodes or something.
I think it held out for a whole season. But it had like a cutesy mascot. It was like riding off of a license, whatever.
Oh yeah, it was like on the same block as Alf.
Mm-hmm. Which is still, it's, why that show holds up? Because A, in terms of pure design and animation, it was fucking over the wall. They pushed the envelope on that bastard. B, because the sitcom had already dulled our senses to accept mediocre humor. So whatever that show had to offer, just more vaudeville crap, whatever. A few catchphrases, we're good to go.
Just ride the wave.
Mm-hmm. Also, awesome toys.
Yeah, it was, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Now, this last one I'm going to talk about, if you still have some more, you can share them. But There was a show that it was my show. I love this show. You don't like this show, it's my show. Mm-hmm. Mine.
Oh, we'll see.
Voltron.
What, Voltron?
I was a fucking mark out for Voltron. I loved Voltron. I went out, I searched for the Matchbox Lion, couldn't find them because they were metal and they got recalled right away. But I did get like the plastic ones, which was actually bigger.
Those got recalled?
Yeah, the metal Matchbox one
I should have kept those.
Version.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Well, my plastic ones got stolen when I was a kid, but yeah.
Wouldn't that great when, sorry to butt it, but wouldn't that great when some kid at school would steal your shit and your parents didn't care?
Oh God, all the time. He stole my water gun. It's like, well, why'd you let him have it? I don't know.
Dude, for the longest time, I only had the 4 fucking limb lions off of the big Voltron set because some asshole stole my black lion and my mom was like, I paid for it. I don't care. It's gone now. Sorry.
I'm not getting another one.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I sound like with my kids.
Here's a life lesson for you, Corey. DTA. DT fucking A.
Yep. Don't trust anyone.
Don't worry. I got better.
But speaking of better,
my black lion. I bought another one. It's fine.
You got over it.
It's okay. A couple of lawn mowing jobs and I was good to go.
But as I'm talking about Voltron, I grew up on Voltron. I absolutely fucking loved it. I enjoyed the vehicle show, but the Lion show was my shit. That's what I loved.
That's cool, because I'll take the vehicle show.
No, that's fine. I loved the vehicle show, but Voltron, I guess because I was introduced to Lion Voltron, I was like, this is the original, this is the best, this is what I love. Even though I think chronologically, over in Japan, vehicle was first.
Nope.
I got... Well, speaking of over in Japan, it wasn't until I was an adult that I discovered Go Lion.
Yes.
Holy shit. Why couldn't we get Go Lion? I want Go Lion over here. Give me... Legendary Defender on Netflix is great. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's a great show. I still want Go Lion.
Yeah.
That show was so fucking dark and twisted. People died left and right.
Sorry, what happened to Sven? What eventually became him? Wait, his name wasn't Sven? Oh, okay. What was his name? It was originally... It wasn't Shiro, was it? That's on the new one.
No, it was Sven in the original series.
It was Sven in the original translation, though. Because...
Oh, yeah, in the... I don't know what the character's name was.
Uh-huh. Okay.
In Go Lion.
But he was like the big one that ate it.
He was one of the big ones. Do you remember the Lion Voltron? The princess had like a nanny character named Nanny who would follow her around and everything.
Just barely. I haven't seen that one in a while either.
They shot her in the heart.
Was she in pain?
Oh no, she died instantly.
Did she give love a bad name though? Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. All right, never mind. Now you have to finish it mentally. You have to finish it mentally.
Oh, we all finished it mentally.
Cool.
Don't. Mentally finishing is the name of this podcast. Should have been.
You also like how I fucked up the lyrics right after the other.
This isn't a Mandela show.
Anyway, sorry.
But yeah, Go Lion.
Some hard shit.
I still want to. It's probably online somewhere, like on YouTube or something. I want to like find like all the. Oh, he just shot his robot. No, that was his servant. He just stabbed in the heart and tore off his head. Mm-hmm. God, that show was so violent. I was... why couldn't we get that? I would have been a different person today, probably.
I don't know. You might have been a more disturbed person. I might not have even been talking to you right now. You're just kind of like in a 6-story walk-up in Cincinnati right now, having gone from job to job, drifting... like you're always meant to, drinking from a half-empty bottle of CVS gin, saying to yourself, "Fucking nanny, why'd you have to go?"
I hate Ohio. Why does it gotta be Cincinnati?
Because by that point you're hating yourself as well.
Oh, okay. At that point, I've given up. I don't care anymore. That's what Go
Lion did to you at an early age, and that's why they had to translate everything so kids don't do that. So kids don't become parallel world Bob, living in Cincinnati and drinking disappointing gin.
Mirror Universe Bob.
Yeah.
God, I don't want to meet that guy.
He's pretty depressing. But strangely, he knows his way around a harmonica. You have to take anything positive away from that hypothetical situation.
Yeah, you got to expel energy somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't just jerk off and drink all the time.
But don't worry about our parallel universe Bob. Eventually... he learns the meaning of true love and lives happily ever after. A simple but fulfilling life. You like where this went?
Yeah, it sounds better than my own story right now.
Somehow I don't think that story's going to turn out too bad either, called A Hunch.
So do you have any other shows of your personal background that just didn't hold up over age?
The Tick. The Tick was one of them.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't... The majority of the shows, except for the first episode of that show, where they just bottom the fuck out. That and the animation's terrible. The only thing that's not is the voice acting. Like, that was some AAA shit. Townsend Coleman's always going to be one of the best in the business.
When was The Tick? That was the 90s, right?
Yeah, it was early 90s. 92 to 94, I think. But after the Tick versus the Idea Men, there was just nothing there.
That was a pilot, wasn't it?
That was the pilot. That's the only... Motherfucker! I know. Enunciate!
They swore on kids' TV, and they got away with it. I love it.
Yeah. But, like, I dare you to look that shit up. I think it's on Hulu, or... I don't know. It is on one of the streaming services. And while we're here, Alf... The animated Alf is, I believe, on Hulu as well right now, too. Which, weird. But...
Was that a Steven Spielberg thing? Or was that before
Fuck
he
no.
got his fingers into
Yeah,
cartoons?
that was way before he got into tunes. That dude, that was sheer crash commercialism right there. But yeah, out of all the things to put on Hulu, that's one of them. Men in Black, the animated series as well,
Oh, that was a great series.
which got better as I got older somehow. I don't know why. The mysteries, they abound. So the Tick kind of sucked. Actually, it sucked a whole lot. Anything next to that? What? A lot of the video game inspired shows that you used to watch when you were a kid. Q*bert, Pac-Man.
Captain N.
Captain N.
That I never thought that was good. I thought that show was garbage from the beginning.
Yeah. Except
Like, let's watch this and see how bad it can get for this particular episode.
there was one thing that I that Captain N excelled at, and that was like revising the character designs, or at least conceptualizing the character designs of Mega Man and Simon Belmont and stuff. I still think they should do a Castlevania with that version of Simon. That'd be a fucking hoot.
Oh, God. Coming to the Switch in 2019.
This version of Castlevania that you don't remember because you're not fucking old. Like the people that are now cheering at this Nintendo Direct. Oh my God! It's a very specific version of this character that's came from my childhood. Sells 10 copies.
You know, you
10.
say that, and I instantly think of there was another. No, it wasn't with Captain N, but the animated series of Zelda, or the
Excuse me,
Adventures of Link.
Princess.
Yeah. That actually became a video game. No, wait, was that the CDI version?
Not quite, but
No, it wasn't. But it was damn close, though.
yeah. But I think the less said about that, the better. To be honest,
Yeah,
I don't
true.
really have a whole lot of familiarity with it because it looked like crap. Why would I play that if it looked like shit? Why would I go out of my way to like pay a markup, like an obscene markup on eBay for something that is like less than mediocre, like way below Jake?
Well, you know there's some Zelda fans out there. I gotta play this. Fine, go nuts.
Well, enjoy early dementia in that case. So okay, a lot of the Pac-Man had some pretty decent animation for what it was at the time, but yeah, it was kind of anything with commercial ties from back in the day. You're probably looking at an upward percentage of it being like absolute crap. One thing that I didn't expect to be as bad as it was, though, because I still have so many people that will defend the quality of the show, was the real Ghostbusters. I know we already mentioned it, but
Well, we were talking about the crappy knockoff, but you're talking about the real
real Ghostbusters. Yeah. With the Harold Ramis that had a blonde pompadour. For reasons. But seeing those like recently, you can catch errant episodes on YouTube here and there. Those aren't all that hot either. And what's worse is that the animation is like you could tell that was Grindhouse. So that's another one.
Yeah.
Now we're thinking of anything beyond that. I can also say that Beavis and Butthead was kind of disappointing, being watched in hindsight. Because
Beavis and Butthead was like, let's take this joke and like, how can we expand it even further instead of just watching videos?
To me, what Beavis and Butthead turned out to be was empty iconoclasm. Because at that point, you're a teenager and you're pissed off at everything, so you want to mock everything. And Beavis and Butthead did it for you in a much larger scale. So you've got a lot of corporately produced music videos. Well, the people that work for MTV directly, they can't, bust on them because I guess they'll just take their business to VH1 or elsewhere. Or I don't know how that works. But Beavis and Butthead, they're cartoon characters. They're supposed to be irreverent, which was like one of those annoying... That was like the annoying buzzword of the 90s. Irreverent.
No.
And that was their thing.
Extreme!
Yeah. They would just bust on shit. They'd do a couple of, like, not even really inspired dick jokes, and then that was pretty much it. The movie still holds up, weirdly enough, but the cartoon
Because you can tell they actually put some money towards that.
I guess so. I think at that point, maybe Mike Judge was like, you know what, I might as well start taking care of this baby. Apparently, it's bringing me money. It's holding the house up. But up till that point, the show was just fucking, like, it wasn't even really potent shock. It was just, this sucks. Literally. It doesn't get any more nuanced than that.
When you make a guest appearance on David Letterman, that's when...
God,
that's pretty much when he's like, oh yeah, okay, this is a thing now. It's like when Weird Al makes fun of your music. It's like, oh, I've made it finally.
That show aged really well, by the way. The Weird Al show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Not an animated series, but kick-ass intro, that's for sure.
Yeah. I don't know, some of it was animated, wasn't it?
They had animated segments. For the most part, it was
like Liquid Television a little bit, or at least like a more micro-sized Liquid Television. But Beavis and Butthead, nope, not even. And then you had your stuff like Ren and Stimpy that aged pretty well, just based off of the quality of the animation alone. And the end credits song, which you still can't find a track of that anywhere.
Really?
Not that I think. No, this could be another fucking The Critic, though.
Yeah, we sign off like, oh, there it is. It's all over the fucking place.
Critic is still pretty good, although you can see a lot of the jokes coming from a mile away. It's just that all the actors were really good at what they did. I don't know. It's just like, you're asking me to assassinate all of my childhood nostalgia and bury
Start
it
firing
ceremoniously. Yeah, give me some more ammunition. There's plenty to run down. Here's the thing. Rose-colored glasses don't actually help you see better. That's a I don't know. I think that's an idea that a lot of people that like get hardcore into nostalgia forget about, or just like cast to the side, for the sake of their revered pasts. But things from our pasts, they're fun to think about. They weren't really all that great. It was because we just accepted it. We've got this thing that's for us. Hooray! Let's enjoy this for a little bit.
Yeah, that's basically the best way to look at it. If it brought you some joy at one part of your life, then it was a good thing.
Exactly. Like, you gave us a couple of puerile laughs, sold us a couple of toys. I'm 22 now. Yeah, late bloomers. And like anybody that grew up in the 80s, they were a late bloomer for sure. You're cool, but you can stay in the memory closet for the rest of my life. I'm good like that.
Yeah, it's funny how for Christmas my kids got a reprint of the Devastator from Transformers, and it assembles just as difficult as the original version did.
Yeah.
They put it together, it took 2 steps, it fell apart. It's like, oh, let's try this again. And of course I'm helping them. I was like, no, the arm's got to go here. We got to do this. Why does the head go way over to the side here and you slide it in? It's like, just trust it, kid. The thing works. Trust me.
You ever notice that people that like that had the Devastator got like super into jigsaw puzzles later on in life?
In place of Duco now.
Did you see the those Iron Factory robots, like third-party Transformers that I linked on Slack a couple of days ago?
Were these the ones that are just figurines, they don't do anything, or are these actual transforming Transformers?
They do transform.
Okay.
It's just that they look like they shouldn't because they're so stupidly detailed.
They look like maquettes almost.
They look like they shouldn't be doing anything except sitting on your desk, but they are actually usable and articulated. Holy crap, those things are gorgeous. And they're not even official.
How do they get away with that?
Well, they don't name them. That's the thing. Like the set that I had linked you to was Soundwave and Blaster, I think his name was.
Okay.
They named it something goofy like Boombox and not Sony or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like Optimus Prime's. His original name over in Japan was Chief Convoy.
Chief Convoy, yeah. And the lesser-known Autobot that people don't like to talk about because he eventually defected to the Decepticons out of shame, Chief Autoparts.
Wow. On that note, we want to know, what are your top 10 favorite cartoon series of all time? And also, do you have any episodes or any series that just didn't hold up in your vision or your expectation? You went back to, say, 10, 15, 20 years later and it's like, oh God, this is crap. We want to know what those are.
Be honest. We'll understand.
Yeah. Oh God,
This is basically
we
just
understand.
this was our confessional booth today as far as like old cartoons went, didn't it? Or
Forgive
wasn't
me,
it?
Father, for I've been on Netflix.
I have been unfaithful to nostalgia. All of my old tunes, they are disappointing to me in profound ways. That's okay.
Starscream was a real bitch. I don't know how why didn't he just kill him? Megatron just get rid of him. It's like, you're a problem. You're done.
It's okay, my son. 5 episodes of Gravity Falls, and you're good to go.
That's a penance I can live with. That's that's great. That's like a Monday afternoon for me, basically.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. Watch an old cartoon, and then watch like a good modern day cartoon to realize how far we've come.
You must watch 2 Gravity Falls, 2 Star versus the Forces of Evil, and 1 Steven Universe.
I haven't seen that last one.
I heard it's really good.
I had
haven't
a
seen it
lot of
myself.
people tell me to watch it, like, very loudly, which is probably why I haven't. Because once you tell me to do something, I'm not going to fucking do it.
The louder they get, the more you turn down the hearing aid.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, want to hear everyone else's suggestions so we can get these lists into, because at the end of March, the end of this month, we're going to start with the heats, start narrowing down the list, and then we'll start with the overall bracket. If you want to get hold of us, you can do this. On Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, we update those on a near daily basis, except for the Facebook, because I think that site's dying. It's dying. When you're dying faster than Twitter, that seems to be a problem. I can't. When was the last time you were on Facebook, other than to message me this today?
Hey, it could be worse. It could be Vivo worse. You didn't even last a week.
Well, Vivo, it's the jury's still out on that one, because it just started. Maybe it's got to get some more traction to it. But in the world of the internet age, you got to go hard. Otherwise, you're just going to falter. So,
in my opinion, that shit got stillborn. The funny thing is that I figured out a way to use it.
I don't know what it is. Is it social media? What the hell is it?
It's really dopey. Basically, the parts of Facebook that are like, I've seen these movies, I've listened to these albums, etc., etc.
Yeah.
It's just that. It is that.
Oh.
So it lets you build collections categorized by media, but that's a dopey fucking thing, because there are a lot of people that might have a use out of like a collection-oriented social media website that aren't going to be doing it for the 6 categories that you've provided. For instance, there's no video game category. Well, there go the gamers.
What?
Yeah, exactly. The other day I started like thinking, do you remember those film journals I used to have? Like whenever I'd watch a movie, I'd like,
Yeah, those were lengthy.
Yeah, those they were like what are those things called? Like Moleskine books. Using it as like that would be pretty fun. And I did start using it as that. Like, I watched 2 movies, I watched 1 movie, and I did, like, a capsule review and then popped it into the movie collection. That's great. But I think that, like, in order for something like that to take off that is so specific in usage, but a lot of people would get something out of, you should be able to create your own categories and not just be pigeonholed into the ones that are provided for you. Because you're betraying certain interests that aren't represented. Why would I hop on there if I'm not going to follow other gamers in the gaming circle? Why would it not work like the gamer tag on Instagram, which is what they were calling this, the Instagram killer? No, not by fucking far.
Not right now. Not today. No.
Instagram is still the social media channel that people aren't annoyed by. Out of all the other ones that, for whatever reason, people feel consigned to. Twitter.
My thing is, I always say that everybody has a hammer, but they don't know how to use it.
Right.
Twitter and Facebook and everything like that, they're tools. You got to use them the right way. And so many people just don't do that. They hammer their thumbs all the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we're on most of these thumb hammering devices, especially Twitter.
Yep. Here's our casts. 2 thumbs up.
Yes, give us thumbs up or stars or the 5 stars on iTunes and the likes, and give us all your likes. We need them. We don't need them. We're floating as it is, so we're gonna make it or not. I just want to
be loved. Is that so wrong?
Menthols?
No. Who smokes that shit?
Nobody.
What are menthols?
So yeah.
I never went through the cigarette smoking phase. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, lucky you. I did it for about 6 months. It's like, no.
I did go through a nose picking phase, though.
Go through? That would mean past tense.
Yeah. Oh, no, it hasn't ended yet.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're going 45 years strong?
Yeah, pretty much. 45, come on. Give me a fucking break.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. So, if you want to get hold of us, you can do this on Twitter at Cretans Guild. Submit your top 5, top 10, top 50 animated series of all time. And then also tell us, what series did not live up to your expectations as an adult. We would love to hear from you, and we're going to start the voting sometime in April. So we need everyone to submit votes and tell us what you like, what you don't like. Tell us we suck. You're not telling us anything new.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah.
Or we pick our noses and flick them.
I didn't have dinner yet. By the way, if I don't see a single vote for the cartoon version of Tetris, I'm gonna write you fucks off.
Okay.
Hold up. All right, at least 5 of them have looked it up. All right, cool. It doesn't exist.
You spread some knowledge. That's what you did. Somebody learned something just now. And that is DTA.
Don't Tetris anybody. I don't know.
Don't Tetris anybody. Thank you, everybody, for listening, watching, however you are consuming, nerd or not.
Take it.
We love you guys. We really do. We want to keep engaging with you. We want to keep the talk going. Let us know. Talk to us. This is the most drawn out goodbye I've ever done.
Goodbye. No, we got to pace out Wizard of Oz. So
wait.
Huh?
Okay.
What?
We need Jay back. He was so good at this. I'm
I
terrible
know.
as a host.
I missed you most of all, Scarecrow.
We're done.
End it. All right, that's where it ends. Right there.
That's where it ends. So
right.
we got to say, to all of our followers, new and old, we say, welcome to the guild.
Now get the fuck out.
Shit, Gimli, shit. Good dog.